In this video I'll be describing port scanning, and I'll be using Nmap to show you an example of port scanning. Nmap is the most popular and widely used port scanner, and it has the most features, I would say. Port scanning is the act of scanning a system for open ports and finding the running services on those ports. And the reason why hackers port scan systems are to find open ports and services on those ports so they could try to find the vulnerabilities available for those services that are running on those ports and try to exploit them. Now, follow the link in the handbook and go ahead and download the Nmap security scanner. In my example, I'll be using ZenMap, which is the GUI version of that was my Google News. And here's the website, nmap.org. Go ahead and download whichever one you need for your system. Like I said, I'll be using the ZenMap scanner, and this is what it looks like right here. Now, the target would be the target person or the target website you'll be scanning. You can either put the IP addresses or the website URL, and here's my website, so I'll just go ahead and put that in there. Now, the profile is the type of attack or the type of scan, would be a better word for that. And there are a couple scans, and as you change them, the command text area changes. Now, the command area is, this is what the command would look like if you were running the Nmap command line version of Nmap. So this is what it would look like, and it updates it as you change it. Now, all these scans are different in their own ways. I would suggest using Nmap with targeted scans. So once you know, if you know like the certain ports on the system, or instead of just doing one big, slow, comprehensive scan or some intense scans that are really loud on the other end and could be easily detected and marked as suspicious activity, which you're trying to avoid. You're trying to avoid from being detected. So I would suggest doing more targeted scans, and the way you would do this is by learning the commands and the type of scans that these are, and the type of options that you have. And to do that, I would suggest going to nmap.org and looking up the book, nmap.org/book. It's a free book. The Nmap book covers pretty much all the aspects of Nmap, all the way from installing it and compiling from source, from the source code, and where you can customize it to fit your system, to best fit your system, and to all the options of Nmap and the type of scans. I would highly recommend going to the port specification and scan order and just checking out the scan types and the options that you have with Nmap, so that you could customize the type of scan specifically for your target, and lower your chances of being caught. So here explains most of the scan types, and go back ones, the TCP SYN scan, TCP Connect scan, basically all the types of scans and what they are and what's the point of them, what they do. So I would highly recommend coming to this website and checking out this book. Just skim through whichever parts of it that would help you out. So back to the program. Now, as an example, I've already scanned my server, or the host that hosts my website, with I believe the intense scan, and this is what it would look like. Once you start it up, it'll start the scan, just explain what's going on in here, and I already have it completed, so I'll just go ahead and stop this and open up the completed version. Alright, here you see the output that Nmap has created, and on the tabs, it's a better view of the output. Here it shows the ports that it discovered and whether they were opened or closed and the service running on them. Now, I didn't run the type of scan that would give you the version, but it is possible to get the service and the version of the service running on those ports. Now the reason why I didn't scan with the aversion option is because it's very loud on the other end, and there are better ways to find these services, as you'll see in future or further videos. Now this is the topology, network topology, and basically this just shows all the connections between the hosts in the network, and this can be very helpful for the hacker when he's planning out his attack. And here's some host details and the scans that were made. So basically there's a bunch of options with Nmap, and it's very helpful for both the hacker or the server administrator to find their system and see what's going on with their ports and what should be closed, if what's not being used should be closed. Now I wouldn't recommend running these scans against my website, because any of the intense scans will be detected by my hosting and you will be IP banned. So that's just an example of why these type of scans are not recommended, and more quieter, more targeted scans are the best bet.